Sorry about that. My video cut out because my music connected with my phone, and unfortunately the music cannot be playing while I'm video recording. But I custom ordered the expensive Bowers & Wilkes sound system, and my god, you select the Gothenburg Concert Hall and it sounds, wow, amazing in here. This is probably by far the best sound system I ever heard in a car. And when it came to buying a sound system, I had the option of getting the Harman sound system, which was pretty good at a fairly decent price, or I had to pay the extra mile and get this beautiful state-of-the-art Bowers & Wilkes sound system. And I'm so glad I did, because wow, this Bowers & Wilkes sound system sounds amazing. And also, given that it's mostly made of metal, it gives that industrial steampunk feel and look, and really gives more personality to the car. Again, just look at this beautiful interior. You can see this is a really nice looking steering wheel. There's a lot of voice activation in here, but I don't have that set up yet. Again, I'm still getting used to this car. Yeah, here are the cup holders. Here's more additional storage. And in here, here's a lot of good storage. And here are two iPhone and iPad jack chargers. However, a pet peeve is there's no CD changer in here. None. This car has no CD player. Why? And it's probably, given that it's a 2020 model, most people these days aren't carrying CDs anymore. They mostly have all their music and all their stuff loaded onto their iPhones and iPads and just sync it with their cars. That's pretty smart, but at the same time, if you just want the easy accessibility of good old-fashioned CDs without having to worry about going through your song list, I kind of do miss the CD player that my old car would have. I still got the old car, and I still use it once a week. And it's an emergency backup car in case anything goes wrong with this one for at least a month. However, I have not had any problems with this new car yet. It's been driving real good. It drives great. These seats are really comfortable. There's only a couple things that partially boggle my mind. Lack of a CD player. Visibility is a little challenging in the back. This is a challenging car to back up. So you really have to be extra careful when backing into a space or backing out of a space. Merging on the freeway to look over your shoulder is a little bit of a challenge, because again, the visibility is not the best, so you have to be extra careful. However, it's not really a problem for me because my mom's Jaguar was extra challenging and didn't have nearly as good a visibility as this one does. Another thing I don't like about this car is, unfortunately, this is happening with all Volvos. I can't really show you a clear shot, but it's the large, oversized, floor-mounted throttle pedal like that of a BMW and Mercedes. It takes getting used to. I'm not a big fan of the oversized throttle pedal. I much more prefer the much smaller dashboard mounted pedal that gives you more control and better feel of your car. But it is what it is. It's something I have to get used to. All car makes and manufacturers are going this way because supposedly it's the ideal feel for a luxury car. And it's something I'm just gonna have to get used to. Another thing, as awesome as I think it is for the 4-cylinder engine to have the same power as my mom's 4.2 liter V8 of her old Jaguar XKR, I miss the sound of the 5-cylinder. I wish this was a 5. The 5-cylinder engine has a very distinctive and very characteristic sound, and when you rev up a 5-cylinder, it gives a mighty and powerful roar that would echo quite well, whereas this, you can't really hear it. It's such a quiet engine. It's a beautiful engine. It's very well engineered, but it just doesn't have that mighty roar of a 5-cylinder. Another thing to get used to, but overall, how I would rate this car, comfort, drivability, fuel mileage, I would give it an 8, because even though there are other cars out there with better fuel mileage, 31 miles to the gallon on the highway and 21 in the city, that's pretty good. So I give it an 8. Comfort, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This City Weave seat design is very comfortable, even though I could have gotten much better. I could have gone for the luxury package, which offered beautiful animal skin leathered seats with a built-in massage chair that really gives a more relaxing feel. But I felt I don't do enough long haul drives, and there's really no point in having a massager in the chair. So I figured, why do I have to spend the extra money on the massager in the chair? However, it was an extra good sum for the chairs. So I just went for the regular leather seats with the City Weave, and I'm glad I did, because the City Weave gives this car really that extra personality and more of my own stamp of what I really like. But still, even with just the City Weave, 10 out of 10. Even with the air conditioner, the heat, it works great. The sound, this amazing Bowers & Wilkes sound, 10 out of 10. The usability of the touchscreen, I would have to give that an 8 out of 10, because again, there are easier screens to use, easier ways to get set up in other cars. But you know what? All cars are different. All cars have their quirks, and it's just a matter of getting used to. So 8 out of 10. The engine, the speed and power I can get out of this engine is, my God. But I cannot give it a perfect 10 out of 10 because it just doesn't have that roar of a 5-cylinder. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Engine gets a 9 out of 10 because it's a great engine. It's a beautiful engine. It's very well engineered, but it doesn't have that mighty roar of a 5-cylinder. So 9 out of 10. Really good 8-speed automatic transmission, very smooth shifting, no jerkiness, no jolting, nothing. It just shifts really smoothly. 10 out of 10 for the transmission. The steering, no complaints. It steers great. It's very light steering. 10 out of 10. Appearance, oh my God, the appearance of the car, interior, exterior, 10 out of 10 by the way it looks. And it doesn't feel like a typical station wagon. It's not your mom and dad's soccer mom or businessman's station wagon. This is much sportier and way more bold looking. So appearance, by far 10 out of 10. So roughly, I give this car overall a good 4 3/4 star rating. I don't think there's such thing as 4 3/4 star, but really close to a 5-star. And that's pretty high. Volvo's really come a long way with their cars, and I'm just amazed at how beautiful and how great this car is. And if you're wondering why I've held on to such an old car for such a long time, my V60 Cross Country was a hand-me-down for high school graduation from my parents, but it was practically mint brand new at 8 years old and only 66,000 miles on its odometer, didn't have a single scratch or ding on it. And yet it had a great engine, good fuel economy, huge cargo space, which was great for my trains. And that was a great car, and it's lasted me almost 22 years. It's lasted the family, and 185,000 miles. But why did I hold on to it for such a long time when I could have gotten something much newer long ago? I was very attached to the car, and I still am, and it's still holding together, but now it's slowly starting to die. And I wanted to wait for the perfect car, the perfect replacement and perfect successor car, and this is it. This is it, the all-new 2020 Volvo V60 Cross Country. Wow, what a beauty she is. And I don't think I could have gotten myself a better successor or better replacement. This is a great car. And if you want to get a Volvo V60 Cross Country, I say go for it. Go for it. It's worth every penny. It's a great car. You won't have any regrets. And Volvos have been nothing but good and reliable. And of my family, this will be the 4th Volvo station wagon, since my mom first started off with a 1984 260 Volvo station wagon before going for the 1990 760 turbo station wagon, then the V70 Volvo XC Cross Country from 98, and then now we've got this beautiful 2020 V60 Cross Country, and it was worth it. Great car, and I'm expecting great things of her. No doubt she's going to have some really good adventures, and you'll be seeing her in a lot of other videos. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I'll see you all again real soon. Chris9017.